replay viewers, web viewers, and definitely welcome any of my live viewers. Welcome. So, here I am doing my regular Tuesday Periscope tips, tricks, questions and answers. So if you have any questions in regards to Periscope, I am here to answer them. And I will also be sharing with you some tips and tricks. And this is especially if you weren't able to join in at the Spotlight Hour last night. It's 8 p.m. Queensland time, 10 a.m. UK, and of course 2 a.m. in the USA. That's every Monday here in Australia. I'll give you guys a quick, so you can take a photo. So here we go. Now, how to take a photo. Here's a tip and trick. So 1 a.m. in the UK. Well, right now it is, but this is in regards to promoting the Spotlight Hour, because the Spotlight Hour is a great way. Here's a tip and trick, a great way to get you more followers and more hearts in a very short period of time. And I'm actually going to talk more about Peri trains and pass the casts and all that sort of stuff. So make it really simple for you. Anyway, so I'm going to turn it around, allow you guys to take a photo. You can take a photo whilst I'm broadcasting, just like you do in a screenshot on your phone. It's the same way you do it in broadcasting. So you got it on an iPhone, it's the click and the button and you've done it sort of thing. So just like you take a screenshot on your phone, you can take screenshots inside the app. Okay, so we're going to switch it around. And if anyone needs to take a screenshot of this, I'll count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Now, for those who did see that, there was 2 little cameras that came up. Well, that's what's called someone taking a screenshot. Now, what actually happens with that is you'll also get a prompt. You can share it on Twitter, which is quite okay. You can go ahead and share it on Twitter. Now, the technique here, the trick, here's a ninja trick. That when you are sharing on Twitter, you'll be given a long-ass link and everything up. That's okay. That's the whole point. If you screwed up the first one, I allow time for people to take a second shot if they want. So don't worry. I always count it down so people are ready and prepared and go and can take the shots. Now, this is the thing, everyone. You can do this with or without the broadcaster's permission. Here's the thing. Personally, I always try and ask the broadcaster's permission. If you are going to take a screenshot, kind of ask them if they haven't already generally backtrack. If you generally know the broadcaster is okay with it, you don't need to ask permission. If they've definitely said it, go ahead, you don't need to ask permission. However, overall, if you're about to take a photo, give them a heads up because they might be able to go. Give them the heads up because they might actually be like, okay, so there's been some broadcasters that don't like it at all. Seriously, there's broadcasters out there that don't like you taking screenshots because it might be like that. They're like funny about it. So, definitely. But at the same time, we've already got a lot to say in our introductions. When we introduce ourselves, hi, I'm Vanessa and you're in my channel at Pet Love Biz. Welcome. Say your name and location in the comments below. Swipe up. This is the stuff you can say in the intro. Swipe up for Android and across for iPhone if you would love to share this out. Double tap on the screen to give lots of love. And of course, you are totally allowed to take screenshots at any time during this broadcast. There you go. You could do that. But there's already a lot that people have to say when they first start. So it's, oh my gosh, just yet another thing. That's okay. If you don't allow it, you better actually say that up front. And also during the scope sort of thing. So for me, if I intro, I can do that. Also right now, I can tell you, yes, I'm totally okay with photos, even if they're like, even if it's a photo like that where it looks like I'm picking my nose or something, or it's like, I've got a hand over my eye. So there's no real way to reinforce it. To be honest, there's no real super way to reinforce it. But you, the viewers, have control of that. If someone then goes that and shares it out, you can go via Twitter and ask them if they can remove it. You could, but at the same time, the whole point of sharing it out via Twitter, taking that screenshot and sharing it out via Twitter, is for you, the broadcaster, to get further exposure. It's actually really good for you, okay, because that person hasn't just shared out the, of course, broadcast itself, they've shared out the photo. And sometimes sharing out the photo of the broadcast will get you more viewers and followers than, well, just sharing out the broadcast usually. Oh, cool. All right, so sorry, I just had a message come through from my Facebook pop-up. So, yeah, I know I am, and some people, this is the thing, and like anything, you go to the beach and you're trying to take photography of the scenery like you're doing an Instagram thing or something, right? And you could take photography of the scenery. Someone could easily turn around and be like, am I in that photo? Can you please remove that? You know, whatever. So, you know, some people are funny about photos. That's just the way things are. So when you, as a broadcaster, yes, mention it in your scopes if you allow. I purposely do. I always try and count it down for you guys. Like I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get you prepared, ready to take it. Then I stop and allow it to stand there. And then I, in my head, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually count in my head 5 again, so it gives you plenty of time to take the photo. So I count it down to get you ready to take the photo, but also count in my head 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to allow you guys plenty of time to take the photo, because as you just experienced, Tash, sometimes the first one doesn't quite work out. And it can be quite important sometimes to learn this, to take the photo, because like you just did, you got that, now you've got that information on your phone. And it could be like that for people sharing web addresses, or if there's comments happening and there's like a comment or two that you were like, oh, cool, yeah, hang on, I want to take a photo of that sort of thing and share it out. You don't even necessarily have to share it out. It's a case of just keeping it for you as well. Yes. Actually, yes. Here's a tip for you. You'll have to contact Periscope help, of course. So once again, we're going to go over a couple of the top tips and stuff. So any questions, post them below. So swipe up for Android, across for iPhone. If you found this valuable, you can still do that as a replay viewer. And I just want to, of course, yes, 3 other viewers. You've got your, you've got your invisible web viewers, you've got your replay viewers, and you've got your live viewers. So always remember you've got your 3 viewers, okay? So never forget your web viewers. Your web viewers could easily contact you via Twitter. Your web viewers could easily contact you via Facebook, whatever way they feel is best, or your website or whatever sort of thing. However, you just got to be mindful of those 3 viewers, so that's why you definitely need to link to your Twitter so that other people with the replay, the live and the web viewers can catch up with you outside of Periscope. And this is especially true for people who do not do it daily. If you want to only do it once, twice or 3 times a week, you really need to connect to your Twitter, and then, of course, mention in your scopes a way for people to connect with you on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and, of course, here. They're the 4. They're the big 4, in my opinion. So when you are finishing your broadcasts and you want people to connect with you and you're, like, really only doing this once or 3 times a week, you've got to mention at the end or during your broadcast, hey, let's connect. Yes, there is a ninja trick way of doing that, Tash, of being able to, for me, being in here and shared this out on Facebook right now while I'm live. There is a trick to it. I may go into that in a separate scope because I have to kind of show you as such. It's hard to explain. But, yeah, I'll got that question and I will do an actual scope specifically on that, because it'll be good to demo it so you guys get an idea of what the idea is, because then it allows you to get, definitely allows you to get, oh, okay, that's how I do it. But here's the thing, you don't need a separate second account to do it. I can share from this account. This is the ninja trick. While I'm live right now, I can share this out from my Pet Love Biz account out to Facebook, onto my personal Facebook right now, if I wanted to. So there's a ninja trick there, and I'll tell you guys that down the track. So don't worry, I will do a scope on that. But overall, don't forget your viewers. Always mention ways people can connect with you. If you have all your social media contacts on one website, that is the ideal way. Just tell them to go to that website. But otherwise, mention what your username is here. You've got to mention that. Don't assume people realise your username here. I know. Got to keep it simple. Got to be like that. Mention your username here. Hey, thanks for joining me. You're on at Pet Love Biz on Periscope. You can connect with me on Twitter, on Periscope, on Instagram, or Pet Love Biz. Also, you can connect with me on Facebook at wherever. And, of course, petlovebiz.com. There's my website. So, there. So, yeah, you feel free. Always do, actually, best is for, but to be honest, people don't, get confused and everything like that. Periscope and Twitter are the same, so they're kind of one, in my opinion, but choose two others. If you can only share 3, that is actually best practice, to go, hey, connect with me on Twitter and Periscope at PetLoveBiz, also on my website, petlovebiz.com, and you can find me on Instagram, PetLoveBiz. So they're the 3 channels I rather send people to. Facebook, you can find me there too, but you can find me there via my petlovebiz.com website, sort of thing. So, yeah. And honestly, I will be stepping over into Facebook Live. And, it's a case of I find Facebook audience doesn't really translate to Periscope. A lot of the Periscope audience are on Twitter and on Periscope. So, and they're on Instagram. Everyone's on Instagram. So, yeah. And then there's Snapchat. People want to push out to their Snapchat. If you want, go for it. Fogrel, hey, welcome. If you have any questions, I'm about to, hey, Brian, if you have any questions in regards to Periscope, tips, tricks, questions, whatever, I'm here for you right now. And I'm here for a little bit longer before I have to leave. And I'll talk to you guys soon, of course, tomorrow. Now, I'll give you guys a heads up. I am part of a thing called Heart Tribes. Every day I do a 3-minute or less scope, and I will be turning comments off for it, just so then I can do the scope, get it under 3 minutes and move on. That's not meaning I'll probably be on early morning and get that 3-minute scope done really quickly in the early morning. But here's the thing, I'm not going to allow comments. You can do hearts. Never forget the hearts, people. Never forget the hearts. You can do hearts always if the comments have been limited. Yeah, they're not just you. It's not just you, Tash. It's like this. It's like people randomly joining in. Hello, Pedro. Welcome, Pedro. And so, yeah, I don't want to have to go, hello, welcome this person, say your name and location in the comments below. It takes away, share this, share that, blah, blah, blah. It takes away from the time. I have to do it 3 minutes or under. And it's an actual thing I'm doing called Heart Tribes. It's okay, Tash. Nothing against you. I definitely have nothing against you. It's just a thing called Heart Tribes I'm doing in regards to Peri Girls. And, yeah, and so basically I need to keep it 3 minutes under, so I do limit the comments. Don't want to be rude to people, but I do limit the comments. I'm testing and tweaking that because some people might think, that's okay, Tash, you don't need to shut up right now. One testing and tweaking with it is limiting the comments versus hiding the comments. I'm testing and tweaking that because some people might be like, why can't I comment? That's so fucking rude, you know? So, yeah. So, anyway, guys, going to conclude this, going to finish it off. Let's put it all together. First things first, don't forget the viewers. Don't forget your viewers. You've got 3 types. You got your web, you got your replay, and you got your live. Always acknowledge them and give them ways to connect with you outside of Periscope, okay? Whether that is via email, via Twitter, via your website or whatever, mention it in your scope so people know how to connect with you. Do not assume they know. Never assume your audience, hey, they should know that. No, never assume that they know. Always explain it and allow them to connect with you outside of here, outside of Periscope. So, yes, if your Periscope is not linked to a Twitter account, do that ASAP. So ASFing-P. So yeah. So that's the big one I want to push out for today, the big lesson. And Tash, we went over it. You might want to watch the replay. We went over how she can, whilst she's doing something and demoing, like especially for anyone baking, cooking, crafting, or you're doing something and you're interacting, but you can't exactly type on everything, if you know what I mean. Thing called canva.com, create an image and shoot it out to people either via Twitter, email, or whatever medium works best. And also, if you want to, thank you. Yeah, that's totally okay. That's the whole point of replays. And sorry, I'm just watching the pug. I'll let you guys perv on the dogs at the end of here. So yes, always use Canva because I do that myself. It's a great way for people to get what you are speaking about and keep it as such. And I also spoke about right at the beginning about photos. Yep, it's Tuesday. Every Tuesday, except for next week, every Tuesday, Ralph the Pug visits here. So I do doggy daycare with Ralph the Pug, and of course Gary's here, of course. Marnie's elsewhere. She's screwed. She's definitely gone, don't worry, he's here. He's chewing on a big ass bone right now. Yeah, I'll let you have a look at the end. So anyway, finishing also with photos. You can take screen capture shots in Periscope. Just if you don't know if it's okay to do that, please check in with the broadcaster because some broadcasters actually do not want you to do that. There literally is some broadcasters out there that are like, oh my God, no. So remember, try and ask permission, or as a broadcaster, try and make it obvious you allow it. Okay, so you can mention it at the beginning or during it or whatever. I always do. I always count you down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and allow you to take a shot. And all right, guys. That's pretty much it. If you have any more questions, you want any more tips, tricks, and have any more questions in regards to Periscope, please shoot me up. You can catch me on Twitter, PetLoveBiz, my website, petlovebiz.com. And, of course, I'm just going to finish out. Oh, quick. Okay. That's okay, Tash. Go for it. Go for it. What's your quick question? Yes, there is a couple of best ways to close your scope. This is one of them. This is one way because here's a ninja tip. I'm going to quickly... All right, here's a ninja trick and here's a ninja tip in regards to periscoping and closing out your scope. Always tell people how they can connect with you outside of Periscope, like I said, on my website, on my Twitter, blah, blah, blah. Hey, thanks, Kim. Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining. You may want to catch the replay. We've shared some really good stuff. And also how else to close on your scope is be aware of what's happening in kind of the last 5 seconds of your scope, like 5 to 10 seconds, because the pure fact, whatever happens in the last 5 or 10 seconds is generally when you post the link to the replay elsewhere, like Facebook or whatever, the thumbnail that comes up, you might think it's random, but it's not. It's usually the last 5 to 10 seconds of your scope. So I always try and close out on an image. Sometimes I'm not aware or forgets. I'm not perfect. I forget to do that, closing out an image. So what I do is I try and do this. Yes. Exactly. So thank everyone. Thank your replay viewers, your web viewers, and your live viewers. Tell them, who you are, what channel you are, what you just did, and then tell them to catch the replay if they just came into the scope late. And then, of course, how they can connect with you outside of Periscope. Like if you wanted the recipe, connect with me at blah, 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 And then the closing out, you might want to, it's a case of create an image. Yes. There you go. Yeah, exactly. Just you'll end up you'll tweak it, you'll change it over time. That's totally okay. You'll end up coming up with something you'll get comfortable with, and you'll be able to go blah 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 blah, and it will become really super easy to do. Okay, so that's unfortunately scripting. The close is something you personally, each broadcaster does differently. You have to do it that's going to serve you specifically. There's generally a structure, but ultimately it's personalised because that's the whole point of Periscope. We're not all robots. We're not all meant to sound and look the same. but generally there's a structure, of course. Thank you for the hearts, everyone. Thank you. And so I'm going to close out, everyone. I've got to scope out. So I'm going to quickly show, Tash wanted it, and you guys probably would love to tip Perv on the pug too. We're going to say hi to Ralph. That's who I'm looking at. I'm making sure he's still there. So here's Ralph, everyone. Hello, Ralph. Hello, Pug Bum. Come here, Pug Bum. All right. Ralph. All right. Sit. Ralph. That's Ralph. He comes here. No, just be aware if you want to do PJs, just wear a nice top or something. So that's Ralph, that's Gary, he's always at my feet. Sorry, I'll let you take a photo of Ralph. Ralph, over here. Take the bone. Ralph, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's Ralph, everyone. It's all right. So we're closing out. That's all right. Hey, Vitality Matrix, we're going to close out now. So unfortunately you might want to catch the replay of this. So here we go. These are just a couple of links if you would like to download my Quick Start Guide. That's the Quick Start link. And there is a free, both of these are free, by the way, everyone. Oh, sorry, Tash. These are free. I'll count everyone down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and this is free. You can download it. Just I will give you a heads up. I do ask for an email address on that one. Alrighty, and this is free as well. I'm going to put it this way. This one's best seen like this. This one's free as well. It's a free 7-day quick start challenge, and it's totally self-study as such. So this one's free to join as well. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.